What's up, tennis players? Are you antisocial? Do you struggle to make friends? Well, that's okay. In today's video, we're going to show you how to practice tennis by yourself. Now, if it's not your first time here and you're enjoying the content, remember, the best way to support this YouTube channel is to subscribe. And by the end of the video, if you find you're liking it, please like it. So, a big part of tennis is your first line of defense, just rallying from the baseline. When you play better players, if you don't hit a big enough ball, they're just going to push you around. And also, when they do hit a bigger ball at you, being able to handle that. So getting better in that sense is just going out, finding better players to hit with, figuring out how to hit a bigger ball and how to hit a bigger ball coming at you. But there's so much you can work on where the pace of the incoming ball isn't really a determining factor on the shot you're hitting. And those are all the shots you can work on your own. So often I see players go out and just rally from the baseline for an hour and never really practice all those different mid-court balls that can happen. It's these balls that you can really work on by yourself. The incoming ball is not going to have a ton of pace, so it's not going to affect your swing that much. So you can basically self-toss to yourself and work on it. Now there's two kinds of mid-court balls. There's putaways and then there's approach shots. First we're going to work on putaways. So you got a high easy sitter in the middle of the court. You don't want to hit this back to your opponent. So I'm going to work on angling the ball off. I have a target, a little ball tower there in the corner where the singles line meets the baseline. That's not my target. I'm actually just using that as a reference to see if I can get enough angle and get the ball to pass to the left of that ball tower, but still be in the singles court. Now I'm going to keep it realistic. I'm going to toss it a little further away from me, so I got to run to it. Remember, this is a high easy sitter. So I'm going to move a little bit, and I'm going to practice hitting short angles off the court. This is one of those easy ones people miss, and they go, I always miss the easy ones, but they forget nothing's easy in tennis. Now I can also practice the down the line shot. So here my opponent's a little bit over there. I'm going to hit down the line. That target is safely in from the baseline in the singles line. Throw, move, practice that shot. So once you've done that on both sides, forehands and backhands, angled and down the line, what's another type of mid-court ball I might get? Well, an approach shot. Now an approach shot's going to be lower. You're going to be running to get to it a little more. You're not trying to put it away. You're trying to set up your volley. So I'm going to toss this a little lower. I'm going to practice going up the line. I'm going to move through it, and I'm going to finish following through. I might even let it bounce twice so I can really get it low, and then practice moving through it and coming to the net. Back up again, repeat. Practice approach shots. Go out, let it bounce twice. See if you can move through the ball and come to the net. You can practice topspin, you can practice underspin. Repeat that on both sides. Down the line. If the ball's a little bit more to the center, you might want to approach cross court. You can also practice cross court approach shots. Okay, let's go back to another type of mid-court put away, the drop shot. I recommend doing this when the ball's not too high but not too low, because if it's too high, you have to hit it in at too high of a trajectory. It's going to bounce too high. If it's too low, it's an approach shot. It's not a put away. It's going to take too much skill. It's a very hard shot, the drop shot. It takes a lot of timing. I would do it also when you're a little closer to the net. I would use it as a change up, like maybe you've crushed a couple putaways and now you want to change it up with a drop shot because they're expecting something else. You could do it if your opponent's a little further out of position. But same thing, I'm going to toss it to myself, and when you're doing it, remember, you want to try to hold that turn position till the last second so you can disguise the ball really well. So here we go. I'm going to throw it up to myself. Well, that didn't work out very well. Maybe just use one ball at a time in your hand. Throw it up to myself, I'm coming up, and I'm going to slowly just carve under the bottom of that ball and sneak in a drop shot. Now, lastly, you can always recreate an overhead situation in a match. So what you need to do is throw the ball up to yourself, hit it as high as you can so you get a good bounce, and you'll notice I go back to my ready position. I practice that setup phase as the overhead so I can really stay in character and recreate this situation. So I'm in my ready position, I turn, and then I practice an overhead. Just got to hit it up to myself. This might take a little bit of practice and skill. Boom. I'm going to hit it up, back to my ready position, turn, set up my racket, and hit some overheads. Now, remember, the overhead is less about direction and more about power. You got to just be able to generate power over your head, and then maybe just go to one side or the other. But you're really just trying to hit it harder than your opponent can run. Now, if you don't know how to hit a hard overhead, it's the same way you hit a hard serve. You can also practice serves by yourself. That we have a separate video. I'm going to put it in the description. It comes with a free PDF to track your serve progress. I hope you enjoy that. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.